Why authenticity is the key to success on YouTube. I'm going to talk about that in this video. Stay tuned. Well, hello, YouTube Power Hour Squad. Well, hello, my name is Erika Vieira, and I am a YouTube strategist and coach, having helped over 400 women personally grow their YouTube channels since 2017. And in this video, I am going to chat a little bit about my interview that I had with the gorgeous Glam twins, Kendra and Kelsey. In that interview, they spoke a lot about being authentic and really what that means to their success on YouTube. And one of the things that I'm sure you've heard all the time, I've said it many, many times, the key to success on YouTube, I mean, there's several of them, but one of them is truly being authentic. And why is that? People come to YouTube because they don't want to see someone who's phony. They don't want to see somebody who's just doing something for a paycheck. That is why YouTube has gained in such incredible popularity, because it's different than shows that are on TV. Celebrities that they're seeing being interviewed, people on YouTube are truly who they are, and from that authenticity comes that deep connection. Kelsey and Kendra talked about how for them that connection to their audience is so important, because they've been on YouTube since 2011. They've been taking their channel seriously for quite some time, and for them it is so important to maintain that connection with their audience year after year. For them, they really focus on beauty, especially hair, but they do a lot of self-care and just different types of things related to beauty. Ultimately, what they say for them and how they just decide on what videos that they release, it comes down to, is it authentically something that they want to do? And they said that they're like, you know, if it's a video that we just aren't excited about or passionate about, that's going to read on camera. Our viewers are going to be able to sense that, and then they're going to feel an inauthenticity from us. I thought that was a really important point, because being able to be on YouTube for that long and maintain your popularity for that long really boils down to how connected are you to your audience. And they said themselves, our audience will sometimes come and go. We do have people that tune in every single video, but we have people that will, you know, maybe watch our videos, take a break, and then they'll come back and they're like, you know, it's great. You guys are always you. You're still you. You're just really yourself. One of them said, I can't remember which twin said it, but you know, you don't want to apologize for being yourself. You want to be unapologetically who you are, because that is going to establish that connection with your viewer.
Just letting people see, you know, the real us, and not being ashamed of that, or not being apologetic about certain things. Yeah. I think when people see that you're like really candid and you don't care, I just think that they see you as a person too, and you're not just trying to put on for the camera or be what they think you want to be. And like, you can tell a lot of people like look for approval, and I think that's also important. Like, people who look for validation, you're never going to please everybody. So I think they started to catch on to that and realize, Kelsey and Kendra, they really don't care. There's a huge amount of people that appreciate that, because they can relate to that as well. It's just exhausting trying to please everybody.
So like, nobody's happy, including yourself.
Yeah.
Like, everybody ends up being dissatisfied if you're trying to please everybody.
Yeah.
Then you come on camera as more of a happy you than a frustrated you, or, you know, they can feed off of that.
Yeah.
So that connection with your viewers on YouTube really stems from, like the twin said, being unapologetically yourself, being who you truly are inside. And that is how people are going to relate to you. That is what's going to get people to love you and want to be committed to you and your channel. And when you sway from that, if you end up, say, being focused on pleasing others, not really stating what you feel or what you think in your mind, possibly trying to please others because you think that's what they want to see from you, you think that's what they want from you, then you're trying to please them, and maybe you're doing that at the sake of who you truly are. And when that happens, then it makes that connection that much more difficult, because people can sense it. People can be able to sense when you're not truly yourself. So it becomes this vicious cycle of, you want to have that connection with your audience, and maybe instead of like what the twins recommended is being truly yourself, unapologetically yourself, maybe you're trying to be this person that you think your audience wants from you, and as a result of that, you then come off as inauthentic, and by coming off as inauthentic, you're not making that connection that you want to make. It becomes this cycle of thinking that people want something from you, and you're thinking you're giving it to them, but maybe inside that's not who you really are, and it'll come off on camera. One of the twins said, that energy is being felt through the camera, and I say that all the time. If any of you have seen my free masterclass, and I'll link it below, I talk about OCET, or on-camera energy transfer. And when you are passionate and in love with what you're doing, excited about what you're doing, excited about the videos that you're putting out, you're not just putting out videos just because they're trending, just because you think it's what people want from you, but it's something that you're truly excited about, that energy is going to come off on camera, it's going to come off on screen, and people are going to pick up on that. People are going to pick up on your enthusiasm and your excitement and your love and your passion for what you do. And one of the twins mentioned, like, if you're on YouTube, you need to be passionate about what you're talking about, because it's just not going to last. And I mentioned in other videos, YouTube is difficult. YouTube is hard. It's a grind. You have to create content. And if you're creating content that you love and you're creating content that you're passionate about, it's going to be more sustainable. And then that energy is going to be transferred on camera so that people will feel that and they'll sense it. And one of the twins said as well that, there are a lot of young people on YouTube watching, and they're watching you to see what you're doing. If you're phony and you're not acting like yourself, you're sending that message to them that you don't need to be yourself. To succeed, you need to be somebody that you're not. But for the twins, they said that authenticity is so important to them, because it allows them to continue doing what they're doing. They're doing things that they love, and they're able to have that really deep connection with their audience, which is what allows them to have a long, sustainable career on YouTube. And that's something also that Sean Johnson, that I had interviewed, talked about, and she said that YouTube, you can have a really long career, and it's so true. You can have a long career on YouTube and just evolve with your channel, and ultimately just like the Glam twins have done. But the most important thing in order to make sure that you have that sustainable channel is that you have that connection with your audience, and that boils down to your authenticity, how true you are to yourself. As a result, when you're true to yourself, then you're being true to your audience as well. It's that balance between giving your audience what they want, but also it being your own channel. And it is a hard balance. That is one of the things that is difficult. It's hard. With what the twins said is that if you have your own self as your own validation, and ultimately, like, you feel good about the content you're creating, that's all that matters. If you're happy about what you're creating, you feel good about it, that's the only validation that you need. So hopefully this was helpful. Comment below, is that something that maybe you struggle with, this idea of really being yourself and being truly authentically you, yet still serving your audience? What are your thoughts on what the twins' advice was, and this idea of being yourself on YouTube? So let me know in the comments, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the interviews that I have coming your way, plus the commentary, and like the video because it helps the algorithm. I will see you in the next video. Mwah.